Welcome to this lesson in Clone My Business, and we are going to talk about before you hire people, before you hire staff, you want to do this first. And we're going to talk about what this is in this lesson. We're going to talk about how to make $30,000 a month with 0 employees, okay? So now that we've reached the staffing section of the course, I have to share this first. Like over the years, I've had a lot of fellow business owners, friends, and associates. They all ask me something similar. How many people do you have on your team? And in my first few years, I was really proud to share the growing number of team members that I had. But as time went on, I started to realize something. People are good, but software is better. I know this may sound a bit harsh, but at the end of the day, my job is to make sure that our clients are being taken care of and that the work is getting done. And that's, of course, what they pay us to do. So I need to look for the most effective, most efficient way of getting it all done. And as a business owner, I need to look for the most cost-effective way of doing that as well. So in other words, getting results for our clients with the highest profit margins possible. So, this is why I started the business in the first place. So now, increasingly, when I get that question, I just got it recently from a buddy of mine who's a dentist, actually. My goal is to get that number down as low as possible. And when you do this, your clients remain happy because all the work gets done. They don't even know better. For them, their work is getting done. The results are coming in. They're getting new business as a result of what we do. And then you're happy because it cuts down on human error, as in doing or not doing the work or doing the work incorrectly, whatever. And most importantly, it saves you money and time. Okay? So how to make $30,000 with 0 employees? Well, in this industry, we can realistically get up to and maybe even beyond $30,000 a month, all without employees. And I know this sounds crazy, but this is especially true if you use HighLevel, of course, and if you're running like a pure SaaS model. And if you have your snapshots and automations dialed in, like all your workflows and everything, you can effectively take on an infinite number of clients, and the work to you is the same. Now, you do reach a point, like based on what I've seen with my peers that I think are using this model, and they're hitting around $30,000 or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. There's a point where your customer service becomes something that you really need to think about. You need to have someone in place. But I have a solution for that even too. So, as a business owner, remember your focus, and it's in this order: revenue, systems, team. And that means how you should prioritize everything too. So your first goal should always be revenue, and this includes getting new clients and taking care of your current ones, and then refining your systems. So before you hire someone, you should first think 2 things. Really, is this service really necessary for my clients? And number 2, can I get software to do it? And the reason for this is because you only want to focus on what your clients really need, like what really drives new business their way. Like if you have if you're paying a human to post something on Twitter for your clients, unless it's absolutely necessary for their particular business, scrap it. Like you want to do an 80-20 analysis, meaning if you've heard of that before, the 80-20 analysis is something along the lines of that you're with whatever you apply it to, but you're going to get 80% of the results from 20% of your activities. So my guess is for most businesses, posting on Twitter is not one of those most important services or elements that you should be doing for your clients. Okay, so think, is this service really necessary for my clients? And can I get software to do it? And the reason why also is because you want software because humans are expensive and they're a lot of responsibility. Like you have to manage them. Software, you don't. You need to check in every now and then to make sure that nothing's broken. But aside from that, software never calls in sick. It never wants a raise. It never complains. It just goes and does what it's supposed to do. Now, I know that sounds funny, but just like your clients, you want to make sure that you get that you take care of your team members, and it requires time and effort on your part, and time and effort that software doesn't need, if that makes sense. So software doesn't need as much love as your human team members need. So obviously, you're going to take care of the humans that you do have on your team, but when possible, you want to get software to do everything, okay? So this is all part of the flow, right? So with, SaaS as part of our lives, software as a service, another question could be, how can I SaaS everything, right? How can I put software in place? And if you can't SaaS it, then think, how can I outsource or even white label it? And keep in mind, it needs to be cost effective for you. So if you can't effectively outsource it or white label it, then think, okay, now where can I get good people? And remember, by now, I think you should know how much of a high-level freak I am. I wish it had been around when I first got started. It would have saved me so much time and frustration, and I could have made so much more money and that much faster. So when it comes to any services that I can SaaS, HighLevel is my first go-to. And then to go beyond that and for even better snapshots and then white label customer service, Extendly. The folks at Extendly is my go-to. So Extendly allows you to literally just sell your service, and then they can take care of everything from onboarding and account setup to customer service, all under your own company name. So when it comes to white labeling and services, I've used DashClicks, and they're pretty good. They've been pretty good. But in my case, I already had some great team members before they came around. And so when I got started, I found great people on Fiverr and Upwork. And then it's a bit more work to do that, but I can save that much more money. So it's up to you what you want to do. But that basically leads to the final level of bringing people onto the team. And I'll talk about this more coming up in this section. But Upwork is a great place to start, just to kind of give you a little spoiler, a little teaser there. But as far as replacing humans with software, these two tools right here that you see, HighLevel and Extendly, are absolutely my go-to for all of that. And to put that into perspective, this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying that you can be a one-person show, right? You can literally sell on the sales side, and then the services side, you turn it all over to the software and to this team at Extendly, okay? Hope that makes sense. Of course, ask me any questions about that if you have any, or any comments, whatever. If it's not clear, I know I'm rambling a bit about this stuff, but it's that important for your business. So the ultimate tool for scalability, for scalability alone, I love the snapshot capability that HighLevel provides. And this is why having a niche is also important. So let's say that you work with dentists. Well, you can customize the ultimate snapshot for a dentist, save it, and then load it up every time you get a new dentist. And you only have to change a few custom values, and then voila, they are up and running within minutes. Okay, that's how powerful this can be. So software first, then people. So remember your vision, the whole, I want to make $10,000 a week or $50,000 a month so that I can do cool thing like swing in a hammock on a beach on a tropical island. So by remembering your vision, this is one of the best ways to get there fast. Software first, then people. Before you take on the added expense and responsibility of hiring humans, first see if you can get software to do the work. Okay, so again, this entire section is about your staff, right? But this is an important first part to think about it, because hiring humans, working with team members, is a whole another level of responsibility, and you want to see if you can get just some robots to do it first for you. So I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. I'm happy to help. That's literally what I'm here for, and I'll see you in the next lesson.